Hello.
Hi, everybody. I forgot who was doing the intro, so
It's you. It's
it's
you, JJ.
probably me. Okay. Hi, I'm JJ, and I'm so happy to be doing this with my fellow co-hosts Danra, Summer, and Nina. Just to let you know, this is very exciting for us. It's something that we felt like we just needed to go ahead and dive right into. Sometimes with spirit, there's no waiting; you just do. And we're doing the doo-doo right now. So this is this is the first in a series of 6. We came up with that number, and it feels right for all of us. This is geared towards, but not limited to, people starting out with light language. And light language can be all sorts of different things. It can be poetry, it can be spoken language, it can be movement, anything. I describe it as anything that finds a back door into healing. Like when you're in the car and you hear a certain song and just opens you up to some sort of emotion. That's how I feel light language is. So it comes in all different forms. It's not just spoken. So there'll be 6 series. By the end, you're going to know what, where, when, why, and how to start to activate and remember your own light language. We really want this to be a safe space for beginners, a safe space for people just even beginning to listen to and be interested and curious about light language. Most likely, if you found this video, you're ready to receive this information and integrate it. Thank you so much for being here. Okay.
I think it's my turn. Thank you, JJ. Guys, JJ brought us together. This is very exciting. So glad to be here. I'm Summer, and as we're leading into this series, we just really want you guys to feel comfortable, because sometimes light language, especially when you're first being introduced to it, can feel uncomfortable because it's unfamiliar. It's not part of societal norm. And so as we introduce it, there might be moments where you're like, ooh, I'm not sure about that. And we just encourage you to embrace the feeling that comes up. We also want you guys to honor your own boundaries, your own comfort level, and your sense of safety. So follow your intuition and what feels supportive for you as you're watching this series, as you guys are receiving the activations. If it feels like you need to mute us or you need to close your eyes, then go ahead and do that. Follow what your body's telling you. When we are doing this, the activations in this series also, you may feel like you need to pause, you need to ground if you have a practice there. You might need to adjust your environment. Maybe you're like, you know what, the couch in the living room is not the place for me. I need to go find a corner somewhere. Like, make sure you give yourself a space that feels safe and that resonates with you. And it might be, I'm feeling called to say this, it might be next to a plant or somewhere that might feel quite grounding for you. Light language, we'll get more into the definition of what it is. And I just want to share initially that it's a remembering. This is not just our soul remembering, but your nervous system is going to have physical responses that come up that are going to indicate that you are remembering the light language. And we'll touch a little bit more on that after we set a collective intention for each other. So I'd love for you right now to just either find your feet on the floor or sit up tall and take a deep breath with me here in through the nose, out through the mouth. This is a safe and supportive space for those who are curious about or experiencing light language. May this space be activating in the best and highest good and love for all. Now, if you want to take a moment to set your own personal intention for just today or for this entire series, do that now. us with a short light language blessing. So you can have your eyes closed or have a soft gaze on the screen, whatever feels good. Honisane kenatere haya ko na haya se aha. Hanasana ku nisine kane haya kana harasana a. Hai kene hai also no sene ka ran se ke hanaka nike ho no ho hares a nike anesin o nikere se ya hanako a nikeres ein tikerusu tu anese ya ha hanaka. Thank you, guys. I'm going to pass it over to Nina.
Thank you, Summer. Thank you for that light language.
Mm-hmm.
So something that we stress in this group is making sure everyone is prepared for the reaction, prepared for your interaction, and the experiences that you can have can vary from person to person. I have my own experiences with people, which is why it is very important that you're aware that you may experience tingling, you may experience body vibrations or just spontaneous movement. So right now with Summer's language, immediately I wanted to start writing. Write down exactly what she was saying, write down those instructions, receive the information that it really felt like that was a leading us into this light language. It was an entry point, a preparation. And I also received a symbol, which I will discuss with you guys later. We may receive the urge to cough. You may have the urge to even say something. You may have, you may feel body pressure. I do see that there in the comments. Those are normal. That is your body remembering, responding. And just as Summer led us into a deep breath, I would advise, as we all would advise, is to, again, as everyone has said, find your grounding. Establish what that is and how you center back. Let's see. We are not medical or mental health professionals, that's for sure. And this is for entertainment purposes only. We do not diagnose, treat, or offer medical advice of any kind. We are simply sharing our personal experiences and perspectives with light language. By engaging with light language, you acknowledge personal responsibility of your own experience and choose to participate in a way that feels safe for you. Safety and preparation is very important, but most of all, understanding as well. I am a translator of light language. Spirit has chosen to allow me images and senses. I can also receive symbols and words, but immediately I get taken into the scene. And that's what I want to share, is my experience to bring you into this moment as much as possible as well, and also to have a safe experience and be able to enjoy and receive the benefits of the light language that we all have to share. For me. And now I pass it to Danra. Go, Danra.
Hi, I'm Danra. I'm coming from Waterbury, Vermont. And first, I need to acknowledge you see this beautiful artwork around our faces. This is by Summer Paradiso. So maybe later you'll be able to talk more about how light language comes through for you, not just through your voice, but also through art. And later in this series, we will talk about whatever way it comes for you, it will. So just if you're feeling any vibration off the screen, that's very intentional by Summer. She already put her love in there. So, I'm going to talk about oogies. And what I mean by oogies is people ask me, like, aren't you worried about bringing in weird entities or dark things? And I just wanted to reassure you, absolutely not. I mean, it's called light language because it is this beautiful, gorgeous light. And also all of us have already set up energetic protections. Even saying that, though, I'm going to do an energetic protection with us now, just so that everybody in their own space can have that set up. But in my experience for this whole spiritual awakening, never once have I had an oogie. And that was even before I knew that you could set up energetic protection. And you literally, it's like a law of the universe. You tell them to disappear, they must disappear. So you're sovereign here. I just wanted to make that general statement. So take another little breath here, and I'm going to do a energetic protection, and I'll add in some light language to enhance it. So, okay. I open my heart to receive only what is for my highest good. I am grounded. I am protected. I am safe. I am sovereign in my own energy. Only light remains here. Thank you. Oh, Nina, poor Nina. She's constantly with her hand over her mouth because all of us trigger each other and like we all have to talk back to each other. It's such an urge. Are you okay,
If you
Nina?
wanted to share, Nina, feel free.
It's very like it's so beautiful. It's in the most beautiful way. The way that they sent that out was like they showed me the words that you were speaking. If you've ever seen an image or a video of a bird in the middle morning where the smoke comes out of its mouth when it's
Oh,
singing, so that's what it showed me. And beneath it is the brush of, it's like the encouragement of the current of those light people on earth wanting to see us, wanting to look up and be able to see us. But with that want from the light, it's like it's craving it. That's what's brushing it everywhere, like spreading it like a feather. It was like a feather wand or something brushing the words everywhere. It was beautiful.
thank you for translating so beautifully, Nina, always.
Yeah. Lots of feathers. There's
Yeah.
a lots of feathers here today.
So,
Summer, did you want to talk about your artwork since it's the background?
Sure, I can do that, and then we'll move in, I guess, into our
Yeah.
or who, what, when, where. Great. So yeah, I'm a lifetime artist, and so I've always been a painter. And my light language came first as hand through movement, and then I started transcribing it, which my cat is sitting on at the moment. So I will get my other papers. When she moves, I'll show you. But I have started transcribing it into my paintings so that whoever views the painting is receiving a light language activation. And I have my first one displayed in a gallery for a show, and I went to the opening just kind of like hovered in the background to watch people looking at it, just to see, like, because I'm still human. I'm like, is it working? Like, what you like watching and seeing? But people are standing there, and it's the piece that's the background that we have on YouTube now. And so what I do is I speak it out. I ask what needs to go into the painting, and I transcribe it. And I actually finished this one today that I will show you. And you can see it's hard. There's a whole bunch of light language in the background that has been painted over, and then there's more transcription in the painting as well. And so this one, the title, I believe, is Light After Dark. I have to confirm that with my guides in the council once I'm finished going over the last bits of it. But yeah, this will be how how I primarily activate the collective consciousness is through my artwork. I love doing voice activations, but the transcriptions and the art, I think, is going to be a really beautiful way to start going far and wide. And for anyone who's interested, like, whoa, I want to be able to do that too. I think, are we having someone come on to talk about stream of consciousness? Or
Well, next time Carol's going to do some automatic writing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or automatic writing. So that was how I started my mediumship. That was kind of how I started transcribing. Was this automatic writing modality. So I can talk about that during my week too, to give you guys a little bit more guidance on how you can start doing that. But yeah, that's the artwork spiel.
Now, let us know when those prints become available, if that's something that you do.
Yeah. So the one in the background here, I do not think I'm doing prints because they told me that she wanted to be alone and by herself. But the one that I just showed you guys, there will be prints available.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Okay, jumping right into our questions. Who can receive or speak light language? Like, I know everyone here in the chat has heard it. And I'm curious if the people in the chat, or if you're watching this later, put it in the comments. When you're listening to light language, what sorts of reactions do you feel? Physical, emotional, third eye activation? If you guys could share so you can be a part of this conversation, that would be fantastic. So yeah, that's the first question. Who can receive or speak light language? Who wants to answer?
Well, I can go on that. Yeah, like literally anybody. I mean, I'm coming from a left brain perspective. I think I said that last time. So no one was like less prepared for this to happen than me. It kind of downloaded overnight. And to me, it wasn't like you have to go to school and learn it. It's just you remember it. I don't remember like hearing other people's light language before mine came in, but it can be as simple as that. And that's what we hope these 6 weeks are. You're just going to keep hearing us and other people who have light language that we know, and not all of them will resonate, but maybe one will, and that will kind of tune you up. That's what happened to Nina. She heard us and got activated. And I'm sure that this will happen with the group too. So literally anybody, but there is a certain amount of like openness and readiness to this. So I don't want to set expectations that like it will happen the same way for everybody. Because the four of us on the screen, we all started in different ways. Some people might not be energetically ready and might need to address some other things first, but otherwise it's literally in all of us. So just a matter of remembering it.
Great. Anyone else want to share? Because the next question's amazing. Yeah, go Summer.
Oh, I was gonna say, I feel like she summed it up, but do you want me to start with the next question?
Yeah, definitely.
Sure. Yeah. So Danra, I think you did a great job there, and just, it's accessible to anyone, and know that there's got to be space and energetic readiness as well. And you'll know when you know, which is a very frustrating answer, I'm sure, for many people. This next question, guys, who is communicating through it? Like, who is it? Because when we speak light language or write or move it, while we are what you see, hear, and experience in the physical 3D, it's not us. We are the channel for this language. And I'll tell for me personally, because everyone is very different, I believe, same and different. But for me, it's like a whole council. It's a whole party of individuals. I call them my galactic council. And the way that I see it, and I believe, was it Danra or Nina? One of you guys had told me you saw this as well, but it's like this funnel going into my head. And it's as if there's a big party of a galactic council of everyone at the top of this funnel, and they're all just shouting down. There's some voices that are louder than others, and you can kind of discern based on different times that I'm speaking that there may be one voice a little bit louder than others, but they're all providing message that is going down through that funnel into me, and then I express it outwards. But I do not have individual people or entities like you'll understand when Danra talks about it. I have more, it's like a whole party, which tracks with my personality. Like
Yeah, version.
by just having a whole party, that makes sense. So, yeah.
Yeah, Danra, this is our friend Richie.
Oh, hi, Richie. Yeah, you're right. I have 6 of them right now. And I don't know, maybe now's the time I can tell you about them. But unlike Summer, who got the full fire hose, they did it very gently for me. Literally, like once a month, I get this strong urge, and the entity kind of presents itself, and then I start speaking it to my cat and in the car and just to the earth, and then start speaking it to other people. But so they came in. First was Atara, which sounds a lot like Tuta to me. The person, our friend Carol, who connected me with JJ, did so because Atara sounds a lot like Tuta, like an ancient healer. She's very blue, very tall, very galactic, ancient. The second one is a dragon. He's a white dragon with blue eyes named Rodnok. The third one is named Hisoto. He looks like a Japanese man with a long white wispy beard. The fourth one is a blue avian, which is like a blue bird with very black eyes, but a bird person. The fourth one kind of looks like a fat baby Buddha to me. I wish I had a better name for him. I have names for everybody else, but he's known as Fat Baby Buddha. I have a little Buddha here to kind of remind me of him. And then the last one is Sekhmet, and she is an Egyptian goddess and very powerful. So kind of a mix of human type people, galactic goddesses, a whole range. Yeah. So those are, that's who's the who for me.
And they all sound so different.
Oh, yeah. The vibrations,
personalities,
Yeah. And they take charge too. It's just like when certain languages come through with Danra, I'm just like, attention. I'm like,
yeah, they take care of business. All of my guides are kind of not tough love, but like, let's go, ladies. We're gonna do it efficiently and we're done. Yeah.
We have Annie Bear here says, spirit, ancestors, star nations, Earth herself. That's where some of the channeling comes from. I know for me, my I'm kind of coming at this 6th series, going through a change, a very big change up after 10 years of learning and growing, and I graduated. So my people that helped me came through as Tuta, and I said, what do I call you? They say, we don't need a name, we don't have a name. And I'm like, human. I'm like, give me a name. And they're like, okay, Tuta means teachers. And I could feel the differences in them. But I also met people where they are, like for some reason, a language would come out of me where I had never heard of it before, but the person who was in the chat that needed it, or a one-on-one client needed it, that's the language that came through for them. So sometimes it's custom. When Tuta was here, well, I still have the language, but I feel like it's more of a pure source of, for me, I feel I'm still learning the newness of it, but it's the Christ energy channel is the best way. And for anyone where religion makes you feel maybe not so positive, I hear you. I was not a religious person either, but Christ energy is just this beautiful channel of light for me. I used to call him the guy in the robe when he was one of my guides. That's how much I was just like, why did you show up? But that was like 10 years ago. So now he's very funny. If anybody channels Yeshua, he's hilarious. But yeah, I feel like mine is coming more from like these different prisms of light into more of a kind of like where a prism turns into like white light is how mine is.
And well, I I think it's my imagination from when I was little. It still carries with me nowadays, but you all turn into light when I'm translating. It's like you all be it it gives me a perspective as if you're right here next to me, and I'm standing kind of foreground to you while you're speaking, and I'm watching you speak or present. But when you guys are here in my peripheral, you guys are light and you guys grow to these huge beings. But there's these even larger angels that are not the common looking angels, the angels with the multiple eyes, multiple wings. I can see them screeching, but to us, it's light language. To us, it's light language. To them, it's their call. But to the human ear, I can hear screeching. But they're showing me how it comes out so much differently than how we receive it. So the way that it sends out, it sounds different to them, to our human ears. But once our ears pick it up, that's when this is how they're showing it to me. It comes down like sun rays, where there's multiple prisms within the sun ray, and with each prism is a message. So it's very, yes, a lot of bird. That's like, they show me so much, there's so much direction within the channels as well. It's a purpose. It doesn't just go out. It is directed. And the moment that we receive them, the right message comes in at that facilitating time. It's just like, it's timing. It comes in the right way. But the way that they show me images is very interesting, because it's like I'm watching the images come about and be created and acting out. But I know my perspective is forming who I'm seeing, what I'm seeing, and how I'm seeing. But it does mirror what Danra sees. You know, like Danra was explaining exactly what she was interpreting, and I'm looking at my notebook like, oh my goodness, that's what I wrote down too. You know, it's so the message itself comes through like light language within those prisms for me. That's how they're showing it to me, like within, like Matrix, when you can open up just a little bit more, those words are in there. And that, I mean, that was the first time when I saw Summer's piece of art. I mean, when she first showed it to me, my whole back like just lit up, like it knew that was something, the one that she's not going to reprint. That is like the holy grail for light language for the beginning. It's so it pulls me as if I'm listening to light language, seeing her. I know, sorry Summer, I use your stuff all the time. I use your light language, I use your cards. I'm like, just give it to me. And that's also another thing. I'm the type of person who's like, I just need no fluff, just give me the dirt. Even if it's bad, give it to me. I just need the point. And so I think that's also why I can translate these, because I love directness. So if it can just give me the yes, I'm good. So I do speak, but now that I've discovered that I don't have to hear myself and I can just translate and cover my mouth, that's what I like doing. And my personal reaction to your light languages is like if I'm rushing, but my body is rushing.
Oh, someone's
Hey,
typing.
Nina, hold up one second. You're saying something really important, but I think Spirit's coming in. Hold on.
Typing something.
Something came in. Okay, so can you just say that all again?
Start over. No, I was just explaining that my, the light language that I received, the gifts that have unfolded from all of this is that, to where I used to be prompted to speak or say something, but now I can cover my mouth and hear what I'm going to say in my head. So instead of the light language coming through, it allows me to hear it. And also what developed is now when I cover my eyes, like they'll show me a symbol in my head as you guys are speaking, and I know I won't be able to see it unless I cover my eyes with my eyes closed. I don't know why. And then here too, now when I cover my eyes like this during your light language, it will start transmitting, it'll start showing me a transmission, kind of like a different type of energy flow for me to examine. So this is exciting. And it opened up in different ways without me knowing, without me trying. My body remembered.
This is why I'm really excited about the 6 series, because like Danra was saying, all 4 of us are so different with how this came through, and we all have this experience and we're all learning too still. But to have a summit at the end of this where people can come, I know we're going to have some guests that are going to be coming on during the 6 series of sharing what they do. And we'll have some videos of people explaining what they do too, just to like introduce people to all of the different types. But I mean, just with what the 4 of us can bring together, I feel like we can really really enhance and support people. This is, I wish I had something like this a long time ago, and I'm happy that we're all here. It's beautiful.
There's so many messages coming through just as we're doing this live, so I'm like,
Yeah.
Are you furiously scribbling them down right now, Summer? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, but it's like it's transcription, so it's like I'll show you at the end.
Okay.
Because I think it will just document it for each one. Do we want to move to like the what, like demystifying the experience?
I want to show this, what Kaylee Fogopogo said, because somebody else was like, said this too. And I feel like when I was younger, well, this was a light language gift that came back, but she also was talking about how she had one that she's remembering in this lifetime. So I just wanted to just put the question out there, like, when I was younger, I'd be like in the bathtub playing with Barbies and speaking in a different language. Children will have like be so open to the different. You think they might be babbling or whatever, but if you're not feeling good and you listen to their babbles, does that make you feel a certain way? I just wanted to do a little side note on that.
And any speaking to children. On the note of children speaking or speaking with children, I have a 2-year-old and about to be 3-year-old, and I speak light language to both of them. And the older one, the 4-year-old, she has started to let it bubble up every once in a while. I'll see her in her room with like her Barbies, and she'll be speaking light language and stuff. And so if you are a parent, for anyone watching, you know, if you have the opportunity, if you don't have your light language yet, like have these videos playing in the background or have activations playing in the background, because if you are a mama or a dad watching this, you have the opportunity to help raise this next generation to demystify light language and help them remember sooner, so that they're not in the room above the garage at age 38 convulsing and like, what's actually happening to me?
Yeah.
Start them early. Not that I would know anything about that, but on that note.
Yeah, I feel like we could definitely bring in children questions in one of these series.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you guys at all are kids drawn to you on a regularly? Like outside of your...
Yeah.
Because I am. A lot of kids are drawn to me. I
Oh no.
Oh, Nina.
Oh, I've had some experiences with kids where it's like I can the channeling that I feel when you guys are speaking light language is similar to something I feel when I'm with kids and they're creating. When they're being imaginative or when they're relaxed. Like I've told people, I like your kids when they're around you, not that parent. Because they have a natural dynamic where they can feel 100% calm, release, and comfortable and accepting of things. But I think that is one of the main, like, children are the closest thing to spirit that we got here on earth. So they are literally angelic beings walking around me. And so when I feel their energy, it's very similar to light language, which why I think it's so important for us to connect with our childlike features that we tend to just release. This is an area where connecting with your childlike heart, and I mentioned this to JJ before, I went and grabbed my childlike heart.
No.
I reached back really far. So I'm reaching back for my heart from when I was a kid, bringing it here to a place where I have healthy boundaries, mental, spiritual protection, and that is the safest place for this heart. So this is what I'm rolling forward with in this light language, is my childlike essence. It is safe here. And then I get to connect with these 4 women and their inner child, and their light language. So it's such a safe feeling. The journey here is worth it.
Well said. We're definitely doing an inner child, children, youth. Yeah, one of the series is definitely going to be that.
Love it.
Yeah.
JJ, do we want people putting questions in the chat too? I know we talked about maybe doing a whole Q&A for one of the last sessions. So if people
if questions come up, if comments come up, if you're like me, you'll forget about them, put them in the chat. And I will star them. And if we don't get to them this time around, we'll get to them next time. Like this one, I want to use it in our, I just love this comment. I kind of feel like we should use this in marketing.
Yeah.
We have your permission.
Thank you, Richie.
Yeah, definitely. The chat and the comments after, we'll be looking at all of that, and kind of forming our series around where you guys want to go. What do you guys want to add? Yeah, this is just really an exploration for us and you. So definitely add to the conversation.
Yeah,
I'm just starring things so I don't forget. Oh, this is interesting. Look, it's
Lisa.
Yes, sacred. I see a lot of it too. I think that's Lisa.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And this is something too. Hypnicity says when we're ready, the messages come through. I know personally, I felt ready and no messages came through. I'm like, give it to me. And it's just chirp, chirp, chirp. So, but I do believe timing and when we're ready, that does help. What do you guys think about that?
I agree with that. And I also think that based on personal experience and, working on one-on-one with a lot of people, there are a lot of times when we feel like we're ready, but we're not actually ready. Because something, like you said, with timing, something else needs to happen before that message is received, or whether it's your experience or outside of your experience, something else in the collective or in front of you needs to happen before you can receive it. And a lot of times too, and this is really pertinent in the work that I'm doing right now, just this, there is a lot, at least from my experience, and the other ladies can speak to their own, But with me and my clients, there is a very strong through line of when something is cleared, then a message will come through or something else will come in. Because if you think about your life as like your closet and your stuff that you keep buying new clothes, but you haven't cleared out all the other clothes, even if you have a bag for Goodwill in the closet, if you have not cleared that out, you're not making space for new stuff. And so taking yourself on a personal healing journey, your own personal evolution journey, is going to help facilitate creation of that space to receive messages faster, I would say. And again, you guys can speak to that as well, but that's certainly something that I believe pretty firmly.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I think I had little mini dark nights of the soul before languages come through. It's almost like this, oh, fresh reminder, you got to get rid of this before you can keep going up higher. And it's like, it's an invitation by putting something unfortunate in your way that you have to like, it draws your attention like, uh-oh, okay, I haven't dealt with this in a long time. Deal with it. And then a new kind of level comes in. I feel like this is all accelerated right now too, because I mean, a year ago, if you told me this was going to happen, I would have like punched myself in the face. I'm like, there's no way that I speak 6 weird languages and I'm talking about it on YouTube Live. Nope. And now it's like this super strong calling. I mean, it's accelerating because of what's happening in the world right now. Like us people who are trying to spread light to people are meant to find each other. You know, we're gathering together. This is just, it's happening now. And so I think they're kind of like presenting it in such a way that you can process through it like super fast. So I bet by the end of the 6 weeks that several people in this group, if they haven't already, will really start to find things that they didn't know that they could do, or at least believe that they can. And to me, that was the biggest step. I spent a lot of time resisting the whole idea. Like, nah, I just... Like, we're here to say like, oh, you sure can. There's literally no limits to your possibilities.
Yeah, and later on, I'd love to talk about how when you do your true authentic self, you activate others. And my question for you, Danra, is knowingly, how many people have you activated just recently?
I'm not sure, maybe 5 or 6.
Yeah,
but
5 or 6.
Same.
Yeah.
It's wild. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's people, so I'll do it, and people don't speak up after. I'm like, oh, did anybody get anything? And then later they'll come up and be like, I speak languages. They'll pull me in the corner, and I'm like, okay, let's get lunch. Like, you know, it's okay, I understand. But yeah, for them, it's like they might have had it a while ago, and this was like brought it back, or yeah, it's different for everybody. But yes, people are randomly writing, even on just TikTok, like, oh my God, boom, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Richie here says, I felt ready for a while for a language to come through, and it's been silence. Not sure that silence is my language, but being able to feel into other languages is gratifying.
Yeah.
I love that, because when anybody, I'm in a meditation, sometimes people will come up with a lot of things and I got nothing, but nothing is something. Silence is something. Do you guys have any advice for Richie?
Say silence is a message. And something came up, and I don't know if this is just an intuitive hit. Because Richie, I love your energy with you being here and your comments, and it feels really warm. And the thing that came into my mind, though, that my guides were saying is this: there's a level of trust that needs, a level of self-trust that needs to happen or needs to exist for it to start coming through. Now, I know, like Danra, you and I think both almost drove ourselves to the psychiatric hospital when it first happened, because and it happened really close together too. So, which is really interesting. I wonder what portal was open. We'll have to look at that. But Richie, there's something that's telling me that there's some sort of self-trust like residue from either, and you can, if I'm not right, then you can type it and be like, no, that doesn't hit. That's totally fine. But it just feels like there's a little bit of a residue that of self-trust that is lingering from either childhood or like adolescence, that it's just like, I want to just like scrape it off like ice from the windshield so that you can see clearly. It seems like that might be the little bit left to shed. And that goes for everyone. Like there is a level of self-trust um, for this to come through. And I think I'm seeing too, as we go through this 6-part series, there's going to be some tools that you guys can develop that will help strengthen that trust muscle with yourself, because trust is built on like pattern recognition. I mean, that's kind of like a 3D concept, but if you can start seeing a pattern of like, oh, I did this, and it worked, and I did this, then there will be that muscle strengthened, and you'll be speaking or writing light language in no time. So I think it won't be silenced much longer.
I love that Summer said that, because Summer ungunked my gunk back in January. And that opened me up. From what I learned from my guides, is that's what allows this and this. It's like I needed to be able to access more than just speaking. And I remember the feeling, like the fight between how my body wanted to react and what my body could actually do. And it was so opposite. And she just ungunked me. How else? She roto-rootered me. How else do I say this? I'm like, there's a drain and it's clear. And now I believe that is what helped my access to be able to receive multiple languages and not just one, and not just concentrating on if I can speak or when I'm going to speak or how. It was just my body released, and then it went, everything just came in. And it was the most comforting moment. It was coming back to myself. It was like the 3D concepts that I had in my feminine being as, oh, this is who you are as a feminine being, was wrong. I mean, like, I didn't even know that's what I was paying attention to until it was gone. And then they downloaded, like a couple days later, they downloaded all the positive things that I used as a child to grow into the woman that I am today. And I was just like, had I not gone, had Spirit not set me up to be with Summer in January in Mexico, I would have never been able to do this. But it was so strong, and it was such an experience. It was like I'm getting chills. I'm like, excuse me while I bask in my glamorous friend's essence. I'm just like, I can't help it. The light language was so strong and so welcoming and guiding, and like, yes, this is where I was supposed to be, to have this happen, to have this light language come through, and like to have that experience with her, and then to be able to go back to that in my meditation, where I'm seeing receiving Danra's light language, and then I'm like, oh my goodness, what's happening? There's a magic afoot. It's like it really does take you to a wondrous place, and it feels like being a kid again in real life. Like, these are our actual lives right now, where I get to feel the magic that you all speak. That is like, yes, sign me up. I mean, I'm overwhelmed by the joy that my life has given me, because there's such a redundance in my past of spiritual exploration. So now it's like connecting with these other, your light languages it's just, it's expansive. It's expansive beyond even thought. I just, yeah, it's expansive beyond thought.
It's beautiful. Our friend Carol, who is the reason we all know each other, she was seeing Richie throat chakra and seeing a blue fog. When I think of seeing the blue fog and knowing you personally, I feel like this is ancient wisdom. From the it's like I know you have this big Hawaiian energy, but it's like going through this throat chakra, going through this ancient blue fog, and I love that it's blue and you can't quite see through it. It's like when you go through it and you have the trust. It's almost like once you once you get through this blue fog, this portal, or this, like, dipping your, like, bathing yourself into the ancestry, the ancestors, the ancient ones, I feel like they're waiting for you with a baseball bat, like how a grandmother would hit you with a shoe or something. It's like they're waiting for you, like, well, it took you long enough. It's definitely like a mother grandmother thing. Like, just like, it's like a cartoon. I can see them chasing you around on the other side. Like, what the hell took you so long? So that's really interesting. But even as someone, I've been doing this for a long time. I just had a session yesterday from a beautiful light language practitioner. And I was just like, I think I feel fear with this new thing. And she said, she was doing the scanning, doing the light language, and she was just like, there's some, not a lot, but there's shame, and it's like, we're, growing up with people being like, how they would be like, well, shame on you, you should have known better. And like those sentences where they place shame on you. And it's one of those things about feeling worthy. Like, how does one feel worthy about really merging with ancestors and the ancient ones? I could see how humans would have, however we grew up, or whatever kind of filters each family has on one another. It's like, do I really deserve this? Am I worthy of this? And that's just something that comes up, and I want to acknowledge it because that just even happened to me yesterday.
Yeah, that power came through when Sekhmet came through. That was my most recent light language, and the divine feminine is crazy intense right now. And she kind of represents the duality of light and dark, and it was a lot. I confronted the same issues of worthiness, JJ. Like, because when they're around, you kind of like bow or duck, yeah, almost like, ooh, I can't stand next to her. And the whole point of her is to be like, of course you can, like, you're a lioness, and just roar at the darkness, and it's your prey, basically. But yeah, so people might, this is good that you brought that up, because I think people might need to confront some of those things in their selves, or even when you have light language, it's not like it's over. There's an evolution that keeps happening, and they might come in for a reason that's for you and for other people.
Yeah. It is light language and receiving, speaking. It's like, it's really enveloping self-healing. And some of the self-healing things that come up are not things that you expect. Yeah, I know for me, like, when I was traveling around the United States, there'd be times where I would just start crying and not know. There's like all sorts of things that can happen when you open up to, like, your gifts, your empathy. But that's why it's so nice to know people like us.
Exactly.
Yeah. Believe it or not, we have 3 minutes left. I was wondering if somebody might want to ungunk us, do an ungunking ceremony, a rotor-rooter. Summer, if you could do
Yeah, I was peeing my pants. Like Nina's over here pouring out her heart of our experience in Mexico, which was amazing to bear witness. Like that whole thing was amazing. And then people are in the comments like, "Ungunk, rotor rooter," and I was like, "What is happening?"
Keeping
Well,
us
I know
grounded.
a real good ungunk would be Danra, and then I can harmonize in the background. That'll ungunk some stuff.
Oh, love that. Okay.
Yeah. So the drag, I mean, this is what we did last time, but it's really the strongest one, I think, for, unless you want me to do Sekhmet. So dragon or Sekhmet. Maybe we can get some votes in the chat.
Yeah, vote in the chat. I was actually thinking Sekhmet, but
That would be good.
All right.
it's feeling hard. It's feeling, because you're talking about shame. I'm feeling guilt and shame and resentment in the heart area. I feel like that's what needs to like
Okay.
break open.
Yeah. So this is very rhythmic. People who've heard it felt very familiar to them. We have a very specific image that comes in for me in the desert. But she's divine feminine and definitely empowering. So, okay, here we go. Yeah, Diane's there. She gets the full power of the stuff. When sene hane hete hone hae o e ni o ani hete wati te hone hae o e ni o ani ke wacha I te hone hae o e ne une ke wachi te ke one hae o e ne
And the chorus in my hair, and this
Pena kai se te hone hae o Une te wa iche o te hone hae o
say, Hana Kolas, Aye, Sanaka, Oran,
Neke wacha I te hone hae o
Anakero,
Yay.
Sanikara, Aya, Hone, Kaya, Ransana.
You know how when an elder embraces you after a very hard cry and they make you feel like they understand?
Aw.
That's how I feel now after. I feel like somebody hugged me after a cry and they're just like, I'm like, oh, okay, finally somebody's holding me for real. Somebody else is holding this with me. I felt an outside light with an internal working. It's like Danra had the globe going and Summer's inside and her light's like going through people, like zooming through people, but as she's like passing, it's like the light's hitting and it's like sparkles. And while internally you grow, so will the outside, where light will meet you. So there was a difference in the light from the outside than the inside. So that's the message that came through with that. Is yes. And while internally you grow, so will the light outside, and it will meet you.
Everybody's feeling it.
Yeah, Sekhmet's no joke. Oh.
Well, now that we're all woo-woo on our way to ungunked, we do offer some information down below about who we are. the next dates that we have planned. I know things change sometimes, but the dates for our next shows and the times are down below. We want you to take care of yourself with transmissions. Like we discussed earlier, there can be some things that come up. I'm already feeling them myself. Grounding, drinking. If you guys could add things that people could do if they're feeling the feels.
Feet in the grass or on the ground, lifting up all 10 toes and setting them down, pinky toe to big toe, one at a time, as best you can to ground. That's how I ground, and that's what I will be doing as soon as we log off.
Yeah, dark crystals, Epsom salt baths, if you have time for that.
Shaking.
Mhm.
Yeah. Shake your
Yeah.
body out like a tree.
I love this. I'm going to write this down so we can discuss it next time, because that's a great question.
I have so many thoughts on that too, Sharon. So
That's
I'm
a
like,
event. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Well, we just want to thank, we know that you have choices on what you do with your day. We love that you're spending it with us. I love that people felt safe. I know for me, I got some of my answers questioned here today. I mean, questions. It's backwards. That's backwards. I'm a little dyslexic. You know what I
I
mean?
understood. I kept going.
Yeah. Thank you for trusting us and being here and being part of the conversation. And we'll meet up with you another time. Does anybody else want to say anything?
I think if people have questions that they think of, then to comment it, correct?
Yeah.
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 Thank you, Danra. Thank you,
Thank
Summer,
you.
for your channeling. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Love
guys.
you guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.